Welcome to another video from ToData. My name is Chris van der Zwan, and in today's video we're discussing and comparing the differences between CSP and EA. When do you need to choose for CSP and when do you need to choose for EA? We will dive deeper into that in this video. So let's jump into it. So Microsoft have different contracts in place how to procure their Microsoft technology. The most common ones are the Microsoft CSP and Enterprise Agreement, which we dive deeper into this video. CSP is really tailored and designed for small, medium business customers when it was first launched. And the Enterprise Agreement is there already for many years. Really tailored for the on-prem solutions, but now you could also buy cloud solutions into that agreement, which is not ideally, but it works, I would say. And Enterprise Agreement is today focusing more on the enterprise organizations from 500 users on. That's how Microsoft describes it. We say it's better fit for organizations with more than 2,400 users commercially, because CSP is commercially more attractive for smaller organizations. But time has shifted, right? So when CSP was launched, it was more for small, medium business customers, but it's now more complex than it was before, because you can find different products for a lower price compared to EA. For example, Copilot, which is better priced and commercially offered in CSP, Dynamics as well. But also with the change that Microsoft took out Microsoft Teams out of the licensing bundles, also there's a huge challenge for and within CSP, and that's where the complication comes in and hits you, and it's getting complicated to choose which contract is the right fit for you. Because, for example, if you now have a Microsoft Agreement level A, let's say you have 750 Microsoft 365 E3 licenses, and you have the license already for many years, you want to shift to CSP because commercially it's attractive to do so. Then you will be seen as a new customer for Microsoft, and therefore you don't have Teams within that E3 bundle. And then still the EA is the more cost-effective version. That's the same with From SA, right? When we in the past shifted from on-prem to cloud, you have From SA SKUs with what gives you 15% discount, program discount, and that's only available in an EA and not in a CSP. So all these minor details are making it difficult to choose. We try in this video to explain it a little bit more in depth so that you are able to navigate and choose the best and most cost-effective contract for you. So what is Microsoft CSP? Better said, the cloud solution provider, or we also call it NCE. So when it launched it was CSP, but now Microsoft calls it New Commerce Experience, NCE. So it's an indirect contract model, so it's partner-led. And that's also how Microsoft brought it into the market, and with the vision they have or had with CSP, it's a partner-led contract. That also means that Microsoft says it's mandatory for partners to deliver support if you buy CSP licenses, and not only on the license and operational task, but also on the technical part of it. CSP providers need to deliver technical support towards their clients. So that's different compared to the EA. Now, what are the pros if we look and zoom into CSP? It has monthly or annual billing, so you could choose with your annual subscription if you want to have a monthly or annual billing, which is a big plus for CSP, because you can spread your payments, so you don't have to make an upfront payment directly. It's a direct relationship with your CSP provider and not with Microsoft. Now, that can be a pro because they will also deliver support for you, and they will deliver better SLAs and better partner and account management to you as an organization. Scalability. It's easier to add and remove licenses. Also, the license administration is more, I would say 2024 ready instead of the legacy EA, because most of the partners are offering a portal where you can just plus and minus your licenses, and it's easy to manage that. There is no minimum commitment, so you don't have to make a commitment. You can start with one license only and just scale up, scale down when it comes along. It's a lot of organizations are also providing managed service as an attachment to it. And this comes how the commercial model is look like and how Microsoft brought it to the market. So it's an indirect market. So your partner has a procurement price from Microsoft, and they will have a sell price, and they will combine packages and managed services in that margin. Also good to know there's also a backend fee that partners get from an incentive part based on the different products. So it's good to know that you navigate to these commercials and benefit from that. Some products are more cost effective in the CSP than in the EA. For example, Copilot and Microsoft Dynamics. So this makes it also harder to choose, right? Because if you have an EA and you want to buy Copilot, you can better do that in CSP where you find the commercial. But if you want to make a high commit, then once again, you have the opportunity in the EA to negotiate with Microsoft. So these are the things and elements how you want to navigate and what the pros are for the EA. Now, what are the cons for the CSP? Now, Microsoft, what I already said, Microsoft will consider you as a new customer when you move from EA to CSP, which also has the need that you need to license the new license rules. And Microsoft took out Teams from its bundles to the European Commission statement that they made. So now you need to license that then separately, which is giving you and getting you a higher price for that. Also, From SA is not available in CSP, and you have less opportunities for step-ups, add-ons from a creativity point of view. So you're just less flexible than an enterprise agreement. There are no discount levels in CSP, so it's one price. It's an indirect market, so you can negotiate with your CSP partners. You can't negotiate favorable terms, so Microsoft doesn't have amendments, exceptions, such they have in the enterprise agreement. And a lot of organizations are saying, it's a flexible model. It's a month-by-month model, so you have flexibility in CSP. That's not longer really the case anymore because you will have a higher price, and that price is 20% more higher than the annual subscription price in CSP. So what is an enterprise agreement? Enterprise agreement is focused on the enterprise organizations for larger than 500 users. That has discount levels, level A, B, C, and D. Now A is from 500 and up. Then level B comes from 2,400 users and up. Level C is 6,000 plus, and for level D, enterprise customers, 15,000 users and up, you get volume discounts. They are making every time a step in the cloud technology for 3-4%, and on-premise that's a little bit larger. You find 7-8% on average per product when you step up in the different levels. But we see now a trend, for example, with Copilot, that Microsoft will keep the price for every level the same. So there is no discount level any longer for that specific product. So also here you see that Microsoft is evolving and changing its terms and conditions in the enterprise agreement. Also a good benefit and term of the EA is the price lock that you have for the term of your agreement. So that's really a pro for the enterprise agreement, that the products are locked in pricing for the coming 3 years. And now we see the trend that a lot of clients are making commitments for 5 years. So then also your price is locked for 5 years instead of 3. The discount pricing, what I already mentioned, that's in place. But also you have the ability to negotiate with Microsoft to even have higher discounts on top of those discount levels. You could negotiate favorable terms, so it's really flexible with amendments to get exceptions for your business purposes, so that the Microsoft subscriptions fit into how you use the Microsoft technology. TrueUp is really a pro because only once a year you have to look at what you have been using, and so that was a pro from the past. So it's still relevant for SQL and Windows Server and the on-premise environment. But for the cloud, you need to procure the license when you have a need for that, because otherwise the technology simple doesn't work. So, and there comes the complexity and really the con from the enterprise agreement. The license management and the administration is quite complex, with reservations and ordering during term, which makes it not easy, because a good example is that you make a reservation midterm, and then by the anniversary, automatically that reservation that you made for 10 licenses, for example, will be billed for the next year as well. Then you do your annual true up in your annual counting. You say, oh, I need 1,800 licenses, and you forgot the reservation, and you will receive 1,810. Now, this is really the old legacy EA and the complexity where it comes in. So that's really a big con from the EA. Another pro is through down, right? We're pushing organizations like that. The EA is more flexible than you think. Yeah, it is a 3 to 5 year commitment, but you are able to also scale down your subscriptions and your cloud subscriptions during annual anniversary. So keep that in mind, so that it's more flexible than you think. Let's look to the comparison table. Let's only pick the most important ones. I think the most important one is the discounted SKUs and the flexible licensing options, which is not available in CSP. For example, from SA, which gives you a 15% program discount, that's not available in CSP. So once you have that, you have that right to the end of you stop your subscriptions. Then does it make sense to make a move or switch to CSP? The other one is add-ons and creativity. The second important one is concessions, because if you need concessions for changing the licensing rules, so to say, for your environment, then only the EA is the right fit, because you don't have concessions in CSP. And I think those are the two main differences and most important ones. Yeah, there is a long-term commitment for EA, 3 to 5 years. You save a price for a longer term. And in CSP, that's only 1 year. That was not that relevant, but I think it will become more relevant since Microsoft is now changing its prices more often. In the past, there was not really a price increase. They didn't increase their prices. But if we look to the last 3 years, they increased their prices twice. And with their new price harmonization strategy, that they will harmonize their price twice a year based on the US dollar. It will become more often that Microsoft will increase its prices, and then that's attractive. Then the EA becomes more attractive than the CSP because you have a longer term lock in the enterprise agreement compared to CSP. Microsoft did launch 3-year commitment SKUs for Dynamics, for example, for CSP. So some products are having a longer term. And it seems that they also will do that for M365. They now launched that in certain regions, not in the EMEA region yet, but in other regions. So I think in the future, definitely longer term commitments will come in CSP as well, and it will give you the guarantee in pricing. But that's something for the near future. Another important one is Azure DevTest for when you're taking Azure in CSP, because then DevTest is not available. Then you need to buy and procure the licenses for those resources. And if you have DevTest subscriptions in an MCA or server cloud environment, then you have the opportunity to create a DevTest subscription and don't pay for the licenses itself. And that's not available in CSP. So that's when you do the price benchmarkings, it's good to compare and take that into account as well. So which one you should choose? Now, I think let's make a very easy table. Choose CSP if you don't have from SA. Choose CSP if you are an organization with less than 2,400 users. Choose CSP when you have a unified support contract. Could be an option to look into, because CSP providers will also deliver you support included in the license price. So you could save cost over there. Choose CSP if you have a lower Azure commitment. So let's say in a range of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 million. CSP you will probably find commercially better attractive pricing. And if you want to buy less than 300 licenses for Copilot or Dynamics, also CSP is your go-to contract. So when to choose EA? If you have from SA, choose the EA, because from SA is only available in the enterprise agreement. When you have M365 E3 license including Teams, stay in the enterprise agreement, because when you switch, Microsoft will see you as a new customer and you don't have that Teams any longer, and you will pay a higher price for the two different licenses as a standalone product. Choose EA if you are larger than 2,400, because then the discount levels will come in, and also you have commercial leverage to negotiate with Microsoft. Choose EA if you need exceptions, because only exceptions are available in the enterprise agreement. And choose EA if you want fixed and predictable pricing for a longer term. Thank you for watching to another video from TrueData. If you have any questions, as always, reach out to the team, reach out to myself. We're more than happy to support you in optimizing your contract and guide you in the most optimal way, how to do that commercially, but also where you find the most attractive commercial options and licenses and in which contract. And I see you next week. Bye-bye.